Marshall Faulk revolutionized the running back position. Born and raised in New Orleans, Faulk attended Carver High School, where he was a standout two-way player and sprinter. Although he played multiple positions, he excelled on defense and would mostly be recruited to play cornerback. However, his heart was set on playing running back. This desire would lead him to choose San Diego State, who was the first to offer him a scholarship to play running back. Faulk would quickly put the spotlight on a program that was not known as a football powerhouse, and in just his second game, he would burst onto the national stage by racking up a then freshman record 386 rushing yards and 7 touchdowns in only 3 quarters. This was a sign of things to come. In his 3 seasons as an Aztec, Faulk would go on to rack up 5,562 scrimmage yards and 62 total touchdowns. He was also named a Heisman finalist and an All-American in each of those seasons. He also led the nation in rushing twice and in scoring once. Heading into the 1994 draft, Faulk was one of the top draft prospects and would end up being taken second overall by the Colts, who were in desperate need of a spark at the running back position. He would deliver immediately, compiling 174 scrimmage yards and 3 touchdowns in his first game. Faulk never looked back and went on to win both Offensive Rookie of the Year and Pro Bowl MVP, making him the first player to accomplish this. And his 180 rushing yards are still a Pro Bowl record to this day. Faulk would continue his dominance, compiling nearly 2,700 rushing yards, 1,400 receiving yards, and 29 total touchdowns over the next 3 seasons. Numbers which would have been even higher were it not for a nagging toe injury he suffered early in the 1996 season. He seemed to be entering his prime in 1998 when the Colts drafted future Hall of Fame quarterback Peyton Manning. Faulk would have a career high in receiving that year, catching 86 passes for 908 yards and 4 touchdowns. He also had a career-high 1,319 rushing yards and felt he was due a new contract that matched his elite production. Unwilling to budge, the Colts would shockingly trade one of the best running backs in the league for a mere 2nd and 5th round pick to the St. Louis Rams, a move that would change the course of history. Faulk would sign a new deal, and the Rams would go on to form one of the most prolific offenses in NFL history, which became better known as the greatest show on turf. Over the next 3 years, Faulk would have one of the most dominant stretches ever, averaging a phenomenal 1,374 rushing yards, 84 receptions, 881 receiving yards, and nearly 20 touchdowns per year. He would also win 1 Super Bowl, an MVP, and be named Offensive Player of the Year in each of those seasons. He also led the league in scoring twice, rushing once, and earned first-team All-Pro honors thrice. Faulk remained productive for the following 3 years before his body would begin to break down, ultimately forcing him to retire in 2006. In 2011, he would be inducted into the Hall of Fame, his first year of eligibility. Faulk still holds a number of NFL records, including the most receiving yards by a running back, the 2nd most receptions by a running back, and has the 5th most scrimmage yards amongst all players. He also has the 7th most touchdowns, 8th most touches, and is tied for the most 2-point conversions made. He's also the fastest player to gain 1,000 yards from scrimmage in a season, doing it in only 6 games in 2000. He also has the most consecutive seasons with 2,000 yards from scrimmage, and is one of 3 players to have 1,000 yards rushing and receiving in the same season. He's also the only player to have 12,000 yards rushing and 6,000 yards receiving, and the only player with 70 rushing touchdowns and 30 receiving touchdowns. Faulk modeled his game after legends like Thurman Thomas, Roger Craig, and Chuck Muncie. While they certainly paved the way, I think it's fair to say Faulk enhanced their blueprint. I want to thank you for watching, and I would love to hear about your favorite dual threat running backs.